Hey there, welcome to Authentically Raw. I'm your host, Jamie Berris. Are you a people pleaser? I have a lot of questions for you, and I'd say if you respond yes to 5, probably even less, then you could be a people pleaser. First question, do you spend a great amount of time helping people out to the point you wear yourself out? Do you avoid conflict, go to great lengths to keep the peace? Do you neglect your own needs and strive to meet everyone else's? Do you agree when you actually disagree? Even just with a nod or a smile, or by not speaking up that, hey, I disagree. It's not even that you have to say, I agree. Okay, I'm getting off track. Back to the questions. Do you tell little white lies to avoid uncomfortable situations and people, like getting yourself out of going someplace? Do you take on other people's problems to resolve and fix? Do you have a hard time receiving help? Asking for help? Do you feel lost or unsure of your purpose? Do you feel like it's your duty to make others happy? Do you feel obligated to be the planner, entertainer, always the fun one for everyone else's sake? Do you feel bad or guilty saying no? Do you say yes, even though inside you're screaming no? Do you feel like the giver in all of your relationships? I mean, truly, everybody else is greedy, right? All those takers, they accept everything you offer. How dare they? Do you feel responsible for soothing other people's emotions or basically taking them on as your own to, resolve and save and rescue them from? If they suffer, you must suffer. Otherwise, you're uncompassionate, you have no empathy type of person. Do you over-explain, justify, and seek validation for things you do either before or during or after? Have to give excuses why you sat down and chilled out for the day or why you went and did something? Are you kind of, sort of resentful? And here, truly, no judgment, because oftentimes people pleasers, after years and years of it catches up with us. We have a lot of regrets, we're kind of angry, we're resentful, we start to blame other people, and we fall into victim and self-pity mode because of course everybody takes advantage of us, of course we're doing for everybody else, of course no one appreciates us, right? So the big question is, or the big aha moment is, without awareness, you can't change. So I could go on, but the whole point of this podcast is it's only taken me years to ask for this, but I'm asking for help. So I love to write. I write every day, and I have not put an actual book together in a few years. My 2 fiction books are out there, and I have switched to writing a little bit more of the nonfiction self-development books. And I have hundreds and hundreds of pages that I wrote over the last several years, and I do not have a book, and I'm beating my head against the wall over here until a couple weeks before my book was due to the editor. I had this epiphany, and a lot of it comes from working with people, talking with women, and being a lifelong people pleaser myself. I would like to write a book all about people pleasing, and I came up with this title called The People Pleaser's Guide to Pissing People Off. Subtitle, so you can have better relationships. And I need your help, because if you're a people pleaser, guess what? Help is basically a dirty word. You do not ask for help. Help is a dirty word unless you're the one giving help. And yes, I stole that from a book called Boundary Boss by Terry Cole. You should read it. But she says that in the book, and I relate to it so much. And guess what? Help should not be a dirty word in your book. And if it is a dirty word, unless you're the one giving help, you're probably a people pleaser. So what do I need from you? I would absolutely love if you are a people pleaser, if you answered yes to a few of those questions, maybe all of them, maybe even just one, how are you a people pleaser? Email me. Jamie@jamieberris.com is my email. The email link is also in the show notes. But I am asking, how does people pleasing affect your life? Where does it show up? How is it impacting you? I know for me, I started to get pretty resentful. I started blaming other people for my lack of so many things. My lack of energy, my lack of, being in a good mood because everybody was always sucking the life out of me. I had nothing left to give because I wasn't giving anything to myself. And so many people pleasers find themselves in this trap. The thing about people pleasing is, bottom line, and I know this is a super hard thing to admit, is that we try to earn our worth through serving, doing, giving, for other people. And instead of, we always have to try to prove our worth, and we don't trust ourselves much. We hate it when people don't like us, when people are upset. We never want to inconvenience or bother or disappoint people. And all along, we live our lives disappointing ourselves, inconveniencing ourselves. We abandon ourselves. We lose ourselves. We lose sight of our purpose. I could go on and on. I need to save this stuff for the book because it's all going to be in there, but I need your help. I did send the book off to the editor a couple weeks ago. She got it back to me. I'm pleased with maybe half of it. It is lacking personal stories, little tidbits of people, and this is how I people please. This is where people pleasing has me stuck, and I like to call it the disease to please, because I would like this book geared toward, I want it to bring out sarcasm and humor, but I want it to be serious because it is a serious topic, because it's very self-sabotaging. And I want all of this stuff in the book, but I need your help. Where do you people please? How has it affected your life? And I do feel so many people pleasing women especially are the overachievers, the overgivers, the overdoers. We have this drive. We have so much to give, which is an amazing, wonderful thing that we do not want to take away from ourselves, but it's holding us back. It's actually depleting us, and we become paralyzed. Perfection gets in the way. We feel like we compare ourselves to other people because we're not measuring up. We have to do more, please more, and we fall in this cycle of shaming ourselves because why can't we get it together? Why can't our lives be peaceful? And again, I don't want to go too far into it because over the next several podcasts, over the next several weeks, I'm going to be doing these little mini episodes and bringing up one sort of, topic per day. And it is just different things to help you think about, do I people please in that area? And an opportunity to email me something. Maybe it's a couple lines, maybe it's a paragraph or two of where you're stuck in people pleasing, or where you used to people please and you've evolved through it, you've transformed, because I want those stories too, because it helps other people. Because any area in your life that you're struggling with, people relate to. And when we can relate, we feel like we're not alone and we're not isolated with what we're struggling with, and it gives us ideas of what we can change and do different, because we have to take action if we really want to get unstuck. It's a behavior change, because people pleasers, we also love to give lots of auto advice because we want to fix you, save you, rescue you, because then inside of us, we feel calm, we feel peaceful if everything's good with you. But what we fail to do is kind of put that bubble out there around us. We fail to go inward and fix ourselves. We're trying to basically fix our own problems, save ourselves, rescue ourselves by doing it through other people. And we live our lives exhausting ourselves because it doesn't work. And we are trying to avoid all of that stuff inside of us that's going on, when we need to pause and go inward and fix all of that stuff. And then guess what? your relationships will be better. So why the People Pleaser's Guide to Pissing People Off? Because when you stop overextending yourself, pleasing everyone but yourself, if you say no when people are used to you saying yes, you are going to piss some people off. When you start living your own truth instead of trying to live through everyone else, you are going to piss some people off. But guess what? You're also going to, you're going to create more of a bond and a connection between people. You're going to enhance all of your relationships, and you will feel closer to people, because if you're a people pleaser, I'm just going to call you one. You're a liar, because I can call myself that, because you're saying yes to things that you want to say no to. You're doing things that aren't in alignment with your values, your opinions, your beliefs. You're not speaking up. You're keeping silent. And we think as people pleasers that we are very selfless, and so much of it is, yes, pat yourself on the back, but much of people pleasing is extremely selfish, because you're doing it to create some sort of peace inside of you. You're doing so much of your people pleasing, trying to, enhance everybody else's lives, fix them, rescue them, make their lives comfortable, don't ruffle feathers, don't make waves. You're doing all of this because you can't handle what it creates inside of you. And we as people pleasers make it more about us than the other people. I know it stings. It stung for me. But once I started to realize why I had to jump in and save the world and achieve things for other people, constantly be doing stuff for other people, when I was so worn out, when it started to come from a place of my heart, and then all of a sudden my motives weren't quite so pure, that awareness and that eye-opener, it was shocking. And those are the things we're going to talk about in the book. So you're not an awful person. You're a wonderful person if you're a people pleaser, but we lose ourselves and we don't show up and be authentic. We don't show up in truth. We don't show up and do things for selfless reasons. There is selfishness behind it. There's controlling, there's manipulation. I know it's all of these things that we say it's everybody else, all those needy people in the people pleasers' lives, right? And ouch, another stinger. Are they really the needy ones, or have we set ourselves up? Are we the needy ones? Do we constantly need to prove ourselves and earn something through other people? Do we really need to earn their love? Do we constantly please because we're needy and we need to seek that validation and earn our worth and prove our worth through other people? Guess what? You are worthy because you're a human, just because you exist. So the thing about people pleasing is, when you pull back a little bit, you might piss some people off. But the thing is, if you are a people pleaser, you do it so long, you exhaust yourself so much, you're the one that becomes resentful and a little bit pissed off at everyone else. And the only thing we can do is take accountability and realize that, hey, it's me. I'm the one that needs to change. And when you do, believe me, you will be pleased. Other people will be pleased. You will develop a better relationship with yourself. You will develop and strengthen all of your relationships with other people because you're showing up as the real you. So I would love to hear from you. Email me, jamie@jamieberris.com, or go to my website, jamieberris.com, scroll down, and you can add yourself where it says transformation tips. You can just subscribe and you're automatically on my email list, and I will shoot out some questions about people pleasing. You can respond there or just shoot me an email. Yes, I'm a people pleaser. Here's what I do. Here's how it affects my life. And I just love to hear your story. And one last note, it is time sensitive because I have to have this book back to the editor in the middle of July. So I would love all responses around June 15th or so, because I really don't want to piss my editor off, right? So as always, I'm rooting for you. Be real, be raw, be authentic.